I'm going to show you the fastest way to level in New World. Also, the fastest ways, which are not as fast, but still really fast, depending on how you want to play the game. But before I start with that, I need to explain that pretty much anything you do in this game will give you experience. Not everything, but most things. So, before you even think about the fastest way to level, unless you're on a warpath to get to 60 as fast as possible, you should consider doing whatever you enjoy, because you will level doing anything you want in this game. But if you are on a warpath to 60, then there is the absolute fastest way to level. I'm telling my company members this all the time, and they do not want to believe me, and it is a shame for them. It is the town project boards. Now, let me explain. Okay, it's a little more complicated than just doing the project boards. So, what you're going to do is go to every town, and you're going to accept the missions. You're going to do as many as you can, and then you're going to do as fast as you can. If you have Azoth, what you're going to want to do is put all your stuff in storage so you can travel cheaply, and then you're going to do all the projects, and then you're going to fast travel to another place that's nearby, like Everfall, and then you're going to do those ones, then fast travel over to Monarchs, and then you're going to have your inset here to save Azoth. You're going to, whenever you can, you're going to recall in here. But you're going to fast travel as much as possible to do these. Or if you don't have any Azoth left, you're going to run from place to place. It only takes about 5 to 8 minutes or so to get from one city to another. But it doesn't stop there. There's more that you need to do. So, in order to get the best town project boards available to you, you are going to want to level up your refining skills to at least 50. You don't want to go too high, though, because then the materials start to get asinine, like obsidian brick or something and crazy stuff that you don't really want to turn in. And once you get to 50, stop leveling your refining professions. Then it'll ask you for things like lumber or stone bricks or I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head. Rugged leather and sateen. There we go. And those ones will give you an absurd amount of experience per cycle. Also, if you get the other ones you want to get up are your weaponsmithing and your armor smithing. Once you get these to 50, I think it is, then it's possible for it to give you steel armor, which I don't have on any of these pictures right here, but it can give you steel armor sets to make also, which will give you even more experience, and it'll help you level your weaponsmithing, armor smithing, which if you get a level of that gives like 500 XP once you get higher and level eventually 1,000 plus, so that's another way to do it. Now, I have a video that I will put in the description below for the best and worst job missions, because there are some job missions that you will never want to do. For example, literally any of the cooking missions are generally not worth it. Although, if the server's been out long enough, you may be able to buy the ingredients for cheap. But I just know right now it's like 6 days after release, and if you want to buy cinnamon or salt or yeast or any of those weird ones, it's like 50 to 100 gold if you can even find it on the marketplace. Now, the other part that is very important if you want to level as fast as possible, I actually think you can get level 60 in 3 days. The only reason that I'm not level 60 in 3 days, it's 6 days in. The only reason I'm not there is because I am the crafter for my company, and I'm constantly dealing with people giving me stuff and trading. I have an inventory of 977 encumbrance, so I literally cannot fast travel anywhere on this map. And I want to put stuff in storage, but I physically can't put stuff in storage because I have 1,186 in storage and 977 in my inventory, so you do the math on how I physically cannot put my stuff away. And I go to my other towns are just as bad. So anyway, unless you're the crafter for your company, you can easily hit level 60 in about 3 days doing this. The one piece you're missing, though, is you are going to need coins. Now, I'm going to make a video at some point in the next couple days on the best ways to make coins. The only reason I'm waiting is I want the markets to settle down since release, because a lot of stuff is not applicable, but there are some things that are applicable. Like I'll mention today, you can just go cut trees for trees for greenwood. Don't convert the greenwood. Sell the greenwood. You can kill animals and then sell the rawhide. That one's not as good because whatever, but actually that one might be okay. And you can do the same kind of thing for fibers and stone potentially. But that's like the basic. Anyone can do that. That's simple stuff for you to do. There are more complicated things to make money. But the thing is, you're going to want to spend a little bit of time to get money so that you can fill in the blanks with your materials and save yourself a lot of time. So if you are, and also another thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stockpile materials in your storage of every town. So ideally, in every town, you're going to want, say, 50 iron ingots, 100 iron ore, maybe like 30 steel ingots. You're going to want 100 or a few hundred coarse leather, maybe like 100, 150 rugged leather. You're going to want a rawhide and things, although you don't turn in rawhide. Rawhide's a terrible one to turn. Any of the basic ones, rawhide, fibers, etc., they're terrible to turn in. It's better to sell the stuff and buy better stuff because it gives like 300 XP for like 500 greenwood and stuff. So definitely don't do that. But yeah, you don't want to keep like, you know, linen there and some sateen at all times. I don't have right here, and stone bricks and stone whatever. Although the stone bricks on my server right this second are so cheap that I don't keep them in storage because I can just buy them. Same thing goes for aged wood. I wouldn't even fill up your storage with aged wood because generally you can buy it for basically free on the market, although that's not always true. So maybe you should keep some if you get it for cheap. But yeah, so you always want to keep a stockpile to save you time. The whole point of this is to save time as much as possible so you have more time to go to another town and do other ones there. Because, if you didn't know this, town projects refresh every 30 minutes. You can barely see it through that glitched abandoning event message at the top right, but all missions will refresh in 6 minutes. That's how much time I have left. Then all these will refresh, and you can grab new ones. So you can turn all these in and then wait until whatever time. But during that waiting period, ideally you get here and say it's, okay, just ticked over to 30. We turn all these in. We have 30 minutes. What do we do now? Okay, we go to Everfall. We go to Everfall. We open it up. We do it all again. And hopefully if you have Azoth, you'll have time to go to all 3. If you don't have Azoth, you'll at least have time to go to 2. And if you, maybe even you'll make it to 3 if you happen to have all the materials and can turn them in fast. And if you're quick with the trading post, because you need to go to the trading post and buy stuff. Like, right now on my server, strong mana potions are like 2 gold a piece at the trading post in Windsward. So I can just buy those and I can turn them in. 520 XP for 2 gold sounds like a pretty darn good deal to me. Or 5 flint, 320 experience for about 5 gold. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And it just goes on and on and on like that. So, yeah, and you'll see like these ones are really good too. I again reference the video in the description for best and worst job missions. I'm also going to make a video sometime in the next day or 2 on the fastest ways to get Azoth to help keep your Azoth up so you can just fast travel between all these places. It's generally worth it to take a pit stop every now and then to say you need Azoth and whatever I decide you're going to do, you know, on the way, cut down a bunch of trees, sell the greenwood, and get some Azoth doing something, and then come back. Now you have Azoth, now you have money, now go on these cycles. You can just buy a lot of the mats, save yourself a lot of time. So that's generally how that's going to go. Now, there's something I want to mention before we move on to the next one is common mistakes people make when leveling here. I have this in my company all the time. People are like, well, I am higher level. I must need to go to Brightwood. Or, oh, I need to do the main story. That's the way to level fast. And I keep telling them, no. No. Job board. Just go to Everfall, Monarch's Bluffs, and Windward. You stay in these places. You literally never leave. This is the best sweet spot for leveling. And no matter how many times I tell them, they just go off and do it. Meanwhile, I'm 47 when literally only doing job boards as a side thing while doing all my crafting bull crap I have to do. And they're all level like 20 and stuff and 28 and 31 and stuff in the same amount of time because they think for some reason that they need to go wherever they go and just slowly do side quests and kill things and go, you know, and it's just that's not the fastest way, not even close to the fastest way. But again, if you enjoy doing that, if you enjoy playing the game that way, then that's how you should play the game, okay? At the end of the day, it's a video game. And if you enjoy it, then that's what you should do. But if you're trying to catch up to your friends who are already level 60 or, you know, you just want to get there fast, that's just how you are, then you want to do these job boards. But if you want to do something that's like somewhat comparable, that's not as fast, but maybe you can get 60 in like a week or something, is you can go to higher level areas and try to run PvP missions, assuming nobody's going to kill you. And you can do all the side missions and stuff like that. And it's not the worst, because I do have some guild members who run around doing PvP, and it works. But later on, though, it might not work, though, because everyone's level 60. And you're trying to level, and you can't do PvP, dude. You're level 30, and they're all level 60. Anyone you see is level 60. So if it gets to that, then that's not really going to be viable anymore. But at least on release, it must have been pretty fun for them, because they were running around. Everyone's the same level as them. I have a guy in my guild who has 1,700 kills in 5 days. And you get nothing if you didn't know this, you get experience for open world PvP kills. It depends though on factors of how long they've been alive, how long they've been running around, how many people they've killed. Like, we don't really know the formula, but we just know that some people, like if you just kill someone and kill them again, you don't get XP. But if someone's been running around doing stuff for a long time, you kill them, you'll get like 1,000 XP or 2,000 XP, something crazy basically. So that was fun, but if you're watching the game after it's been around for a long time, everyone's level 60, I'm not sure that's going to be viable anymore. Now, also, leveling with the job board will do one thing, though, that's not good. which is you will end up with no weapon masteries if you do this. So at some point you're gonna have to go and just get those. So I personally think that the best way to do this, the fastest way to do anything, is to just go ahead and get to 60, screw the weapon masteries, whatever, you can get them later if your only goal is to level up fast. Then once you're level 60, then you can go and level up those weapon masteries fast as lightning wherever you want. Generally open world dungeons, things like that. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm also going to make a video about the fastest ways to level weapon masteries. The only reason I've made some of those other videos is A, I don't have the time, because I'll try and do things as fast as I can here and play the game and keep it level up. And also I haven't finalized for sure my final thoughts on where exactly is the best place, or what exactly is the best way. I have a pretty good idea, but just want to finalize and make sure that I don't give you like the second best or third best idea. I want to make sure it's the absolute best. But yeah, so that's generally going to be the fastest way to level. All the things that I've mentioned here. And if you if you just have the stuff, you can just turn these in, although I don't have timber right now, sadly. And you can just keep doing these. And I say, again, when you get a good one and it's like turn in 40 lumber, turn in 40 satine or something, it'll be like 4,000 XP or 3,600 or something like that. If you get a good job board cycle where it's all the right things, you can click them all, go make the things real fast, come back, turn it in, bam, 10k XP, move to next town, 10k XP, move to next town, 10k XP, move to next town, if you get lucky. Probably on average, you'll end up with about 5,000 to 7,000 XP per cycle or something. Probably 6,000 probably per cycle, once you have all of your refining skills to 50, so that you have the option to get those. Because the town board is just totally RNG random. What you get is totally random. So you just want to make sure that you have in the pool of randomicity, you have the good ones available to you, so it can give those to you, which will increase your total average XP per job board cycle. Well, I tried to think of every single thing I could think to tell you in this video. I know that dragged it out a little bit. I do apologize for that, but I just want to make sure that I covered everything that could possibly come to mind about leveling in this game, the fastest way to do it. If you do what I said, you should be able to hit level 60 in 3 days, assuming that you're actually playing like 12 hours a day. If you're playing casually like 4 hours a day, expect maybe like a week if you do this. And also, if you have somebody who's already played the game at level 60 and they're giving you coins and funding this for you, then you can do this absolutely in 3 days, because you don't have to spend any time going and getting money real fast. And one more time, if you check the description, I have a bunch of links in the description for different things. I have guides on engineering and jewel crafting and arcana, and later today or tomorrow I'm going to be posting armor smithing and weaponsmithing guides, and then eventually cooking and furnishing guides, and then the weaponsmithing or the weapon masteries guides, and whatever Azoth, fastest way to get Azoth guides. I'm planning on doing all those hopefully in the next 3 to 4 days, getting all those videos out. We'll see how that goes though. But yeah, this is, as far as I know, here you go, the fastest ways to level. Hopefully my company members will watch this video and actually do it, at least the ones who want to level, instead of just slowly doing bullcrap in Brightwood and stuff. So you know who you are, company members. But yeah, there you go. Now you know the fastest way and the second and third fastest ways to level up in New World.